right, guys. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all of you. This is the third of recording daily videos for 75 days, and today we will talk about uh, constitution-oriented rights, that is, right to information, and also about its relation with good governance. All right. So let us just start our today's video without wasting any time. So where a society has chosen to accept democracy as its cradle faith, it is elementary that the citizens ought to know what their government is doing. This is the quote to start our today's video. And the right to information in India was developed through judicial pronouncement, thereby distinguishing itself as a fundamental right in the Article 19, subclause 1A, right? So, after a gradual period of time, right, realizing the importance of this right, this right was established in 2005 as right to information, all right, and in 2005 it was a full-fledged right named after right to information act 2005. The RTI, we also know it as RTI in short form, right to information. It became a pioneer tool to the citizens of India for promoting, protecting, and defending their right to know the things what the government is doing actually. So that's the introduction. In India, till 2005, the citizen had no access to any information which was dealt by public authority, right? Matters affecting, public interest was not easy for citizens to easily know and, delve into the working of the government. It was not accessible to a common layman public, right? The person who votes do not know what the government is doing after they win the election, right? So this very, right to act, right to information, right, this act and not just checks on government but also the various governmental organization that we have in our country, right? So that's there. So without getting relevant information, it was difficult for citizens to participate in any social, political, or economical debate concerning the issues or the interest of the society. But after this act, right, the things were very simple as they had the right of information, right? So that's there. In international arena, even in international arena, the need to disseminate information was hugely felt, and the first ever RTI law was enacted by Sweden. Therefore, a point to remember: the first country to enact the law, you know, in domain of information was Sweden. All right, and it was in the year way back in 1766, largely motivated by the Parliament's interest access to information held by the king. So that was there. It was firstly started in Sweden in the year 1766. All right, a point to remember. Now, another point is corruption is an evil which is eating the vitality of the administrative system in India, resulting in a various social, political, and economical degradation. Right? Corruption is a dangerous disease if I talk about any country, or for that matter any organization, right? So it was degrading our social, political, and economical you know uh, strata, right? When there is corruption, then things degrades, right? The thing doesn't thrive and flourish. So therefore, corruption is a crime, right, that is done under the veil protection of administration and governance. But this act, this right to information act somehow became the barrier of such corrupt barter system. Right to Information Act brings the two most important tools. First is transparency, and second is accountability. These two are the things, right, of any great country. One is transparency, and another is accountability. Even for that matter, individual, like you can know a few persona, right, who are very great, right? Just give it a thought, right? You will find these two attributes. They are very transparent and very accountable, right? So even in individual level, we could see the benefit of transparency and accountability. So if the government is transparent and accountable to the people, then things would get very nice, right? So that's there, and this very act, Right to Information, helps in doing so. Okay, and together, for eradicating the evil that becomes hindrance to the good governance, the act, Right to Information, it harmonizes the public interest with the right to information. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, right to information is very crucial for the public, right? In order to safeguard and, you know, in order to save their own interest for the greater good of the country and the governance. So that's there. Good governance basically has four elements, as I have mentioned, the two: transparency and accountability. And third and fourth is predictability and participation. This, things refers to the availability of the information to the general public and clarity about the functioning of the governmental roles, institution, and organization, right? And the right to information helps in fulfilling these very objectives. Good governance and right to information are complementary to each other. Good governance is characterized by politically being accountable, right? Availability of freedom and bureaucratic accountability. There must be availability of information, right? There must be, the government must work very effective and efficiently, and law abiding citizen must be there, right? And cooperation between government and society is must. So in summation, right, the right to information is the currency that every citizen requires to participate, right, in democracy. Because if the democracy itself is by the people, for the people, right, and of the people, by the people, for the people, and of the people, right? So the greater access of the citizen to the information of the working of the government, right, then the greater would be the responsiveness of the government towards its people and towards its policy formation, right? And it should be noted that despite launching various schemes and measures for empowering the citizens and developing rural and urban India, the majority of rural India is still recognized by high incidence of poverty and what can I say, illiteracy, right? Unemployment, widespread diseases, right? Basic things like sanitation, right? Healthcare system, right? And yeah, fundamentally unemployment, right? And the prevalent malnutrition level among children, right? So all these things, less infrastructure, road, electricity, street lights, right? Even drinking water. So all these things must be looked, right? And with this act, Right to Information, right, there is a tool for the citizens where they can question the credibility of the government, right? So guys, not much prepared for today's video. I have to refer everything on this content, yet I thought, of doing this video. Therefore, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have been till the end, I'm glad for your attention span. May God bless all of you and all your efforts. Joined and do well in life. 9 मिनट तो बचा बोल दी अच्छी बोल देना. So guys, right to information, right, it is very important, but I don't think so it is very pragmatic in ground, because it was of, it was enacted in 2005, right, almost uh, how many years, almost 20 years, right, 29 now, almost 20 years, right, almost 20 years of, long duration after its implementation. Yet the corruption is very persistent and prevalent. Therefore, I very question the, the work of the government, right? Even with this right to, information act, the things are pretty easy for the MPs, MLAs, for the bureaucrats to do corruption, right? Therefore, I would say that right to information act is just again a, you know not political, rather constitutional gimmick to just fool the people, right? They have the right to information, but they do not have the power to stop it, right? They do not have the power to, reveal it, right? If they do so, then, that person probably would be jailed or something like that, right? By Allah Smith. All right, guys. So that was it for today's video. Again, may God bless all of you and all your efforts. Work hard, work sincerely, and stay true to yourself. And keep your things simple, right? Don't invite unnecessary trouble. Join, and thank you very much.